Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see hideth sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him believe never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous, and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Who anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I even. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Kadama we groma beya tela e Ghgold beer tanaistalin abashante shante 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 Kadama we groma beya tela e. Where 2 centuries meeting in the name of the Most High Jah, and that's so Jaja de. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yahuda, Amasa, Negusto Nogasto Daniel Am. Komaya Sataya. I manna pio aya. Kadamawe. How Mauso Bolisa. Adanu wato ewo asiple afo. How Kadamawe. Oh, Taylor. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, and even colors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some amount of heating, and then they produce food. This food does not even benefit the black pot, neither does it benefit the ingredients. It benefits us, the eaters. Yet every time this collaborative effort between the black pot and the ingredients continues. That is the same principle we must apply as children of Africa. Yes. Now the black pot represents the continent of Africa, and the ingredients represent us as a people. Yes. The wonderful people of Africa. We must put aside all our differences of skin tone and skin shade, differences of creed, religion, and even faith. Oh, differences of ethnicity, differences of religion, so that we will be able to relocate right into the proper places of the continent. And with the collaborative effort of bringing about development, we would achieve development for our people, our continent, our land. We will be generational thinkers. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. We must be that Joshua generation, that tree planting generation. Yes, we know we will not live long enough to benefit from the shade of the trees that we plant today. But does it really matter? Yes, generations yet to come will benefit from that. Same way we are also benefiting from the tree planting exercises of generations that came long before us. This is the Joshua generation. And on this show, all we crave is the mindset of the African. A total change of the mindset of the African. If the mindset is right, Africa will be righted. The interesting thing about the mindset is that with a bad mindset, with a wrong mindset, everything goes bad. Our leaders concentrate so much on schools, hospitals, and even roads, but they never think about upstairs, the mindset. Now, if the mindset is right, individuals will build roads, they will build hospitals and build schools. Yes, and even factories, because the mindset is right. But if the mindset is wrong, no matter how much development the government brings in any African country, the wrong mindset will pull down all these developments. They will sell out their own countries, like those counterfeit black people. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonim, and here we don't talk politics. What we talk is called patriotism. We are Pan-Africanists. Number one Pan-Africanist show on TV. And of course, here we don't criticize. We don't personalize issues. It's all about issues. Yes, we don't criticize, but if you hear us criticizing, it means that we are only criticizing to build and not to destroy. This is in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and my name, Blakk Rasta. Our numbers are rolling on the screen. Yes, please give us a call, no matter where you are in Africa, no matter where you are in the world, no matter where you are in the universe. Give us a call and do business with us. Now, remember, we are also on YouTube, and our channel is called the Black Empire Media. Black Empire Media. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button so that every day you get to hear our stories unrolled to you. From the newsreel, we always keep it real. This is the Black Pot. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also loud on Loud Silence TV, super live on Black Empire TV. My name, Blakk Rasta. Today we have so many issues to look at, so we are not going to linger. The very first story is rolling on your screen, and what does it say? Watch it. It says, Speaker of Parliament mad at Kamala Harris. Who is Kamala Harris? The Vice President of the United States of America. There she is. She's a black woman. We love her. She's welcome to our beautiful continent of Africa. Remember, Peter Tosh said, it doesn't matter where you come from, what your creed or religion might be, as long as you are black, you are African. Not many people believe in this. I've seen Jamaicans who claim they are not Africans. The same Jamaica that Peter Tosh is coming from, they claim they are Jamaicans. Yes. I've seen Americans who tell you they are not Africans, yet they are darker than me. So what Peter Tosh said, in fact, it takes more than just a philosophy to say I agree or I don't agree. This is Kamala Harris. She's a renowned person in the history of America. And of course, in the politics of America, she has a place. She is the Vice President of the United States of America. A vice president to a former vice president. Is it not interesting? Remember when Barack Obama was in power? Who was his vice president? Now the vice president of Barack Obama has become the president of America after waiting patiently for his time. In fact, Trump will call him Sleepy Joe. Yeah, Sleepy Joe. Joe Biden is his name. This is the vice president of Joe Biden. Americans are excited. She is a brilliant woman. The black world is excited. Now she is in the black continent. In fact, the continent of life, the cradle of civilization. This is the continent that has given life to every human being on earth right now. And we can go into that debate anytime soon. Speaker of Parliament mad at Kamala Harris. Who is the speaker? That is the man. Come here. Kingsford Sumana Alban Bagbin is his name. Oh, he's been the Speaker of Parliament for some time now. And many are those who think that it's a very good change. Oh gosh. And he makes sure that he stands on his words when he's in the Parliament. Yet the party that he belongs to has been very disappointing. Some of them, we are told, took bribes to pass some ministers just a couple of days ago. But this is a very firm man. He's not been well for some time now, but he's going through treatment and all that. You can see that it's telling on him, but we are praying that he will be able to rise from that and be very strong again. 100%. Speaker of Parliament mad at Kamala Harris. Why is he mad at Kamala Harris? Speaker slams Kamala Harris's take on LGBTQ plus in Ghana, calls out Akufo-Addo. Kamala Harris said what? Oh my God. Come here. Watch this. That's what she said. That's what Kamala Harris said. You see what she said? And why did she say what she said? Watch this. Now, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has slammed U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris for her comments on Ghana's position on LGBTQ plus issues. According to him, the U.S. Vice President's assertion regarding the matter does not sit well with his conviction. This was after Kamala Harris was asked about the development at the Jubilee House on Monday. Madam Harris did not directly address the anti-gay bill in Ghana's parliament, but restated her stance on human rights violation against minorities, adding that her position remains unchanged. Come here. Her position remains unchanged. That's what she said. She told the gathering, I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting freedom and supporting the fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I would also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider to be a human rights issue, and that will not change. It doesn't matter what the Parliament of Ghana says. It doesn't matter what the people of Ghana say. The most important thing is that I stand with the minorities, and we are standing for all rights, equal rights for all these people. And that stance will not change. That's what she said. She didn't care what Ghana thought about the LGBTQI+. All she was saying is that whatever you think about it doesn't matter to me, except that my stance remains unchanged, that there must be equal rights for all those people. Alban Kingsford, Sumana Bagbin is not happy. And what did he say? I'm going to play you a video by the courtesy of Joy News. We're going to listen to what he said, and then we will take a break when we talk about what we think he wants to tell the Vice President of America. We will make our delivery. Watch this.
I read that Pope Francis directed that no Reverend Father should celebrate over a gay or lesbian marriage. And I said, Roma locuta complete, causa finita. Yes, Rome has spoken, and the matter is ended. So please, committee members that will refer the bill to, we want the report. Don't be intimidated by any person. I made this statement when I was a member of the European Parliament, European ACP Parliament in Brussels. Now we have two of our members who happen to be leading our committee, Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, who are handling the bill. And since we referred it to them up to date, we have not heard anything. I've reminded him many times on the floor of the House. What are the challenges you are meeting? Report to us. If you take action against them, say, oh, because I'm MPP. That's why he's taking action against me. I'm NDC. Because he's taking action against me. Because he's not in my party. That kind of division, that is not the purpose of politics. Politics is meant to unite us. Diversity is natural. There's nothing you can do about it. That is creation. And that is the spice of life. How come we are using that to divide ourselves? Please, let the report flow. We need to legislate. Our friends just passed their law in Uganda. We may not go the way they have gone, because our constitution is very clear as to the direction we should move. And so we'll be guided by that. Because if we pass any law against the constitution, it's unconstitutional. So we have to do that. And so what are you afraid of? If you have the whole people behind you, if God is with you, who can be against you? And if God says, please, go into the wilderness, multiply and fill the world. That is God giving you that command. If somebody says, please, don't multiply, how can that person be strong? I don't only speak this way in Ghana. Even at the last meeting we attended in IPU at Bahrain, anybody who listened to my speech, there were sentences on this matter. Luckily, maybe because it's a Muslim country, they applauded me. If it's somewhere else, they will be asking questions. As the vice president just did, is it yesterday? I mean, these things should not be tolerated. That is undemocratic. What is democracy? That somebody else will have to dictate to me as to what is good and what is bad? Unheard of. Because we have decided to devalue ourselves and go a-begging. Come on. We have more than enough. God has created more than enough for every person. It's just because you are looking at somebody else's share, not yours. We have enough in the world. The bill will be passed. This is the word to His Excellency the President. There is no way he can intervene. That answer he gave. That is now before Parliament. And when he gets to a stage that he will come, hey, please. This is legislation. This is not execution. Wait until we pass it and then we direct you to execute it. That is when you come in. That is why we are representatives of the people. So in terms of law, which is part of policy, we finalize it. And then the executive now have the authority to implement it, to execute it. Let's get this clear. Once this bill is before here, he is not in charge. I am in charge. I hope the U.S. Vice President is not yet gone, but she will read from me.
Well, come here. These are the words of Pastor Kingsford Sumana Alban Bagbin. God gave us the opportunity to come into the world and multiply. If another man comes to say, don't multiply, who is he? Number two, why should we sit down for people to come and trample on our democracy? Is it because we have gone a-begging? God has given us enough to be happy and proud of. It's because we are looking at what other people have. That is why we are looking down at what God has given us. It looks like a Sunday sermon, isn't it? But listen, man, the president of this country is a sellout. The president of this country does not have the common sense of decency and patriotism, and it hurts me. He's been going on a begging spree. Maybe he's too old to actually put his reasoning right. This president is a disgrace to the country called Ghana. I've said it time and again that I don't like him. It's because of some of these reasons. The American vice president comes in and says, hey, I want freedom for everybody, especially the minority people, gays and lesbians. And no matter what your country thinks about what we have decided is a virtue for us in America, we remain astute without shaking that this is the way to go. This is arrogant talking. The president of Ghana cannot go to America and say things like that. They will threaten you with pulling back aid. And because we are a useless nation that cannot survive without the aid from America, what happens? You crash off. The vice president from America came and was talking about freedom, freedom, freedom for the minorities. For me, it looked like she only came here to preach LGBTQI+. We were told that she was here to empower women. She was here to talk to us about the digital world and the challenges and how we could come together and work that out and trade. But it looked like 99.999% of all her speech was about freedom in creativity and LGBTQI+. I have made my stance known everywhere I have gone, especially in recent times. Hear me now. It's so nauseous when people try to force something down the throat of Africans, something that took them so many years to decide. They want Africans to decide on that within a twinkle of an eye. It hurts me. Look, some time ago in America, you could never come out and say you were gay or lesbian. You will be slaughtered. In the same almighty democratic America, until the mid-1900s and beyond, no black man was allowed to vote in that country. They carried us as slaves, the most democratic Americans. They carried us as slaves, dehumanized us. Our creative ones who were able to create a lot and invent. American slave masters took their creativity from them and took their inventions from them and put their names on those inventions. Up till now, they are depending on the creativity and the inventions of our forefathers. Today, when the black man is seen as useless and has done nothing, they are not even bold enough to come out and say, hey, the black man is the backbone of America. Today, when our dirty leaders go about begging, they do not have the common sense of patriotism to sit back and say that we were once kings and queens. How did we do it? How did we fall? Can we go back and go through the same routes and retrace our footsteps and make sure it happens again? No, the only way they can stand back is to go and beg. That is why people like Kamala Harris can come and arrogantly tell us that I don't care what you say. I don't care what your virtues in this country are. The virtues we have in America are the same virtues we are bringing here. And that's what we stand for. Either you are with us or you are not with us. You don't care about what we believe in. You want us to care about what you believe in. That's arrogance. Exactly. That's what the Speaker of Parliament is talking about. Is it because we have come to you are begging? And the dirty president, Nana Akufo-Addo, dirty president, my brother, my sister, what is he telling Kamala Harris? Simple. Oh, you know what? Don't worry about Parliament. Let them go there and do their thing. We don't even have any gay law in this country. The only thing we have is that a few people decided to sponsor a certain bill and it's still in Parliament. It's not even been passed. And even if they pass it, it will still come to my table. What a dirty president. Arrogant president. More arrogant than Satan, Lucifer, Macarius. Because you want aid from America, you have lost your common sense of reasoning. I loathe this president. I've lost it all for him. He's too old to be president. And these are the people we have to call out and speak to in no less terms than we are speaking right now. They are no good people. Listen, I personally am not gays and lesbians. I might belong to one or two religions that do not support homosexuality and lesbianism. But in this time, God has given us the common sense to also reason. To some laws, we'll be able to bring in a few things. It's very understandable. It doesn't mean that the laws of God are not worth it. But remember, the people that you are fighting do not even believe in the laws that you claim are the laws of God because they don't belong to your religion. So are you going to force your religion on them? Then where is the democracy in the world? Do you get the point I am making? So when people argue on the lines of religion, I sit back and I tell myself, no, sir, that is not the way to go. My biggest problem with these people is that they are trying to use loans and use finances as a weapon to force some of these their values and virtues on us. America, that claims is over 200 years democratic. Nigeria is just over 50 years of democracy. Ghana, just a little over 60 years of democracy. You would not expect that these two countries or America, as against Nigeria and Ghana, would have the same level of democracy as you have in America, especially that this democracy is democracy by you. Democracy according to you. Democracy for you. The Speaker of Parliament might be speaking religion. When I am looking at the issue of LGBTQI+, I don't look at religion because it's not everybody who believes in the religion I believe in. I look at other factors, other reasons. And it's simple. We are a sovereign nation. We decide what we want to believe in. We have given our power to the Constitution, and the Constitution is dictating to us what we should do. Until these constitutions around Africa are amended, nobody born of a woman or a man has the right to come and tell us that in America, this is what we believe in. We don't care what we believe in. We still stand by what we believe in. And they threaten us by weaponizing loans and grants and aid. The weaponization of loans, grants, and aids by America is nauseous. That in itself is not democratic. It's dictatorship. That in itself is discriminatory. That in itself, there's another word, is going to come. My brother, my sister, if a man needs your help and you want to give him that help conditionally, unless he accepts some things that you do in your culture that they don't do here, then it's no aid at all. It's a weapon. You are giving him a time bomb to explode in his face. How many people agree with me? Does it mean I fight gays? Does it mean I fight lesbians? Some of the nicest people I met in America, in France, in Holland, were gay people. Some of the nicest people I met in my travels were not religious people who shout Allah, who shout Jesus every second. No, it was the gays and the lesbians. Some of the most honest people I saw in my journey as a growing up adult were gays and lesbians. But it's never been part of my culture. I've never seen that. Same way, lying is not part of our culture. Stealing is not part of our culture. Corruption is not part of our culture. Killing is not part of our culture. But when you check it out, we have killers, liars, thieves, and corrupt people all over us. How many of us are coming out to fight against this with the same energy and strength that we are using to fight homosexuality and lesbianism? Is one a smaller sin and the other a bigger one? This same energy that we are using to fight homosexuality and lesbianism, I wish we could give the same energy to fighting lying and corruption. You see a big malam who leads hundreds of people in the mosque. He's selling attire. Wallahi attire nga 20 cedis. Wallahi Allah 20. Now say one ganga 18 cedis. Though she need now the 2 cedis they away. Meanwhile, he bought it at 2 cedis. He's selling it at 20 cedis, and he's swearing by his God that he bought it for 18 cedis. His profit is just 2 cedis. Is that not lying? No, they say it's marketing. How many pastors are stealing the church money? Sleeping with the church girls? How many of them are lying that they have seen things that they haven't seen? We have to look at all these things and not give all our energy to LGBTQI+. Again, I've said it. No country has the right to come into our country, bulldoze their way through because of some dirty aid or grant. Weaponization of aids and grants. That's what we're talking about. We can have this discussion another time. But for now, Speaker of Parliament, more respect and more love. Let the Parliament pass it. And to you, Nana Akufo-Addo, you are the most shameless president Africa has ever seen. You, Nana Akufo-Addo, you are the most terrible president this country has ever seen. We are going to tell our children about the worst president this country has had long after you have died and gone. We will come to your grave, spit on your grave, and curse you. You are a wicked man. What kind of arrogance is that? Oh, they will go to Parliament and pass it. After everything, if you come to my table, you, a few years back, you were begging us to give you votes so you can serve us. Now you are the Lord of the whole country. You are lording it over us. What a dirty president. Dirty-minded president. Dash it away. Bring me the next thing. When they don't have power, they are like angels. The moment they get it, they are Satan's grandfathers. Ghana gold mafia shocks nation. What is this thing about gold mafia? Gold mafia. You remember gold for oil? Now we are using gold to go get oil, which is a good thing. Remember when it started, we were the first to come publicly and say that much as we don't like this dirty government in power, we believe this is a good thing. After all, it will take attention from the dollar that America has so much weaponized. Today, the dollar is about to die, just like Peter Tosh predicted several years ago before he himself died in 1987. Peter Tosh has a song and you need to check it. The day the dollar died. Check it out. Hear me now. Now Russia has refused to use the American dollar in any transaction. It is going for the Chinese yuan. India has also dropped the American dollar in all its transactions, including China. These are the most populous countries of the world. China, India. And they say no to the American dollar. Ghana says no to the dollar. We are now using gold. So the American politician is now hot, running around Africa, hopping like a toad on heat, telling everybody, hey, we are here to help you, you know. Yes, we are here to help you. And their promises start again, like in the days of Lyndon B. Johnson. It's a shame. Tell me more about this Ghana gold mafia thing. Gold mafia smuggles 40 million of Ghana's gold monthly. And this is from Al Jazeera. This is not a Ghanaian media house. Gold mafia smuggles 40 million American dollars of Ghana's gold every month. 40 million. Come here. Who is this? His name is Alistair Matthias. He's a gold trader. He's the architect of this whole story. Come into it. Let's look at it. Now, the investigative unit of Al Jazeera, in the first episode of a 4-part investigation into gold smuggling in Africa titled Gold Mafia, has revealed that a gold smuggler, Alistair Matthias, smuggles around $40 million worth out of the country monthly. Which country are they talking about? The first episode mainly focuses on Southern Africa, particularly Zimbabwe, where a niece of President Mnangagwa is mentioned as the kingpin heading the alleged gold smuggling scam. Alistair Matthias, a Canadian national, allegedly launders money for people all over the world, from Russians to African politicians. Matthias, who is based in Dubai, according to the Al Jazeera report, uses a web of companies and refineries to make sure money gets moved around. Youth sold it to a refinery and the money got paid in the bank account. So it's very clean that way, he told Al Jazeera's undercover reporters. Yes, you sold it to a refinery and the money has been paid into the account, so it's very clean that way. Matthias works for Ewan Macmillan, a loud and loquacious gold smuggler. Lord God have mercy. Macmillan was just jailed, was first jailed for gold smuggling in the early 1990s when he was just 21 years old. By his own account, he has been to prison on several occasions since then. Now, he partners with the same Zimbabwean state machinery that once used to arrest him, also known as Mr. Ghgold. Macmillan is among a set of smugglers, including Patni, who each work with Zimbabwe's state-run refinery, Fidelity. He's also an acquaintance of Simon Rudland, a Zimbabwean millionaire who has been accused by South African authorities of money laundering. Hey, the plot is getting thicker. According to Matthias, he moves gold valued at between $70 million and $80 million around every month. Apart from Zimbabwe, he listed Ghana, South Africa, and Zambia amongst the countries that Macmillan and Macmillan and he can export gold from. Macmillan told Al Jazeera reporters that Matthias also works with the Russians. Matthias, initially uncomfortable about Ewan Macmillan's boastful attitude in front of Al Jazeera reporters, then explained what they needed to do in order for him to help launder their cash. Set up a company in Dubai that they could claim was involved in the gold trade. When asked for a formal comment about the findings of Al Jazeera's investigations, Matthias denied that he designed mechanisms to launder money and said that he had not laundered money or traded illegal gold for Russian clients or anyone else. He told us he had never had any working relationship with Macmillan. Wow. So this is the guy. This is the guy. So you see that they're talking about South Africa, Zimbabwe, and they are dealing with government machinery. This guy called Alistair Matthias. Now let us come home. Let's bring the whole investigation home. Give me the next headline there. You know this guy. You know him, right? Imani. Yes. Watch this. It's called Bright Siemens. Gold Mafia. Ghana neck deeper in gold smuggling than we know. Jesus have mercy. Run the rhythm. The vice president of Imani Africa, Bright Siemens, has described the extent of Ghana's involvement in the gold mafia investigative piece as neck deep. According to Bright Siemens, the architect who was involved in Kenya's Goldenberg scandal was given an award in Ghana by Otu432. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Nanebo, king, 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 obo, ochacha nuo, obo, boko. Come here. Watch this. On his Twitter page on March 27, 2023, he wrote, Ghana is neck deeper in the Al Jazeera gold smuggling sting than most people know. All the Ghanaian media isn't keen. And the Ghanaian media isn't keen on digging. Anyone remember Kenya's Goldenberg scandal? The architect was given an award in Ghana linked to a powerful palace. He was caught in the sting too. Bryce Simmons further noted that Ghana has become a very high-risk country for illicit financial flows to the extent that the country has been added to Namibia's high-risk jurisdictions. He said, Ghana's entanglements with dodgy money flows across shady jurisdictions have now become so well known, and the political and security establishments are becoming so intertwined with the risk vectors that even Namibia recently added Ghana to its list of high-risk jurisdictions. About Ghgold Mafia Al Jazeera expose. Dash it out and come here. Come here. So, we all know Otunfuo travels with gold. We all know he carried some very ancient artifacts to one of the Scandinavian countries a few years back, and he lost that. And when Ghanaians were talking about it, he said, this is for the Ashanti Kingdom. All other people who are not part of the Ashanti Kingdom, stay away. And that reminded me of Yatiehon. Remember, we are now a republic. There's no Ashanti Kingdom without Ghana. There's no kingdom without Ghana. There's no Dagbon Kingdom without Ghana. We are one people. What affects the Ashanti affects us in Gamashi. What affects Gamashi affects us right there in Bunkrugu and also in the Dagbon Empire. So when people come out arrogantly, say, hey, leave Ashanti issues alone. We Ashantis will deal with that. No. We have gone beyond calling ourselves Ashantis, Dagombes, Mampusis, and the rest. No. We are Ghanaians. Did Asantehene award this criminal? Did he know that he was a criminal? So the gold issue being smuggled out of this country is neck deep. We're going to follow this investigation seriously. Some big names are going to be mentioned. Some of them are dwarfs with pot bellies. Others are tall and lanky with no common sense. Some of them also sit in palanquins. In the interim, posterity will judge you guys harshly. You are wicked people. You don't respect the country. You don't respect the integrity of our ancestors. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Show, where we speak truth to power. We have just a few minutes more to go. We're going to run. Next story. Watch it. Boom. It says what? Can we trust Ghana politicians after this backstab? What backstab? This is the man asking that question. And his name is Sam George. He calls himself Jata. He's the member of parliament for Pram Pram. This was the man who dethroned the almighty E.T. Mensah, the lion of Pram Pram. In fact, today he has taken the throne from him and the title from him. He's now the lion. Just that he doesn't call himself lion. He calls himself Jata. Jata is lion in a can. Would I feel safe to leave my drink or food with any of them again? Some judge reacts to ministerial nominees' approval. Round the rhythm. Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram Samnete George has raised concerns over the actions of some members of the minority caucus who defied the orders of the party to disapprove new appointees of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Sam George wondered if it was safe to leave his food or even drinks with any of his colleagues again, as he felt let down and stabbed in the heart, not even in the back. Change the headline, remove the back and put heart there. So it becomes, can we trust Ghana politicians after this heart stab? We are dynamic. We change anything live. Sam George wondered if it was safe to leave his food or even drink with any of his colleagues again after he felt let down and stabbed in the heart. He added that his pain is twofold: a sense of being let down and a sense of letting down. Of course, that's true. His party has let down everybody. So, he's right. In the second sense, yes, he feels he's been let down by his own colleagues. Now, he's a member of parliament, as we've been told. And this is what his people have done. You see, Sam George, dash, bring his photo. Honorable Sam George, with all respect, this is one of the men who sponsored the gay bill in parliament. The one that is called the anti-gay bill. He's the one. He's so vocal when it comes to issues of the nation and all that. And I need energetic people like that. A few weeks back, he made some utterances and I had to take him on. He didn't really feel good about it. But if you get to know who Blakk Rasta is, it's all in the interest of the nation. Nobody is bigger than the truth. I love him. He's a young man with energy. When I was his age, probably I also had the same energy or even more. And the energy keeps building up. It never goes down when you look at the nation first. Sam George has said something that is deep. This is a politician who is a member of the minority caucus. He is with them and he even knows them better than me. He says he can't trust them anymore. He won't leave a drink, a cup of water or something for a few seconds and return to pick up this thing and drink again as long as his colleagues are there. The NDC let everybody down. This is not the first time. Some of them are being vindictive. Maybe because they were taken out of one position or the other, they try to come back and mess up the whole thing. There are some people, that's how they behave. If I can't get it, then no other person should get it. And if we have that kind of mentality, we will never go anywhere. If Sam George cannot trust the people that he even knows better than us, is it me, Blakk Rasta, who can trust them? You see why I always say, don't give your trust to any politician. When I come out lashing out at politicians, some people think that it's a personal fight. It's because of some of these things. They are on radio making a lot of noise. Hey, the government in power is useless and stupid. All the invectives they throw around. And when it comes to what matters most, they fall flat like a house of cards. Now, my problem, Sam George, is this. I don't have a problem if your colleague MPs defy the order of the party that they belong to. My problem is to take bribe and sell out the party's cause. Sometimes the party can decide on something that I personally don't agree with. Yes, I belong to the party, but first and foremost, I am a member of the country, and I think this is better for the country. It's different. But when you go and take money or bribe and decide to let down your party, then you are worse than the devil. I agree with you. If I were you, I wouldn't even shake hands with them. If I were you, when I see them, oh, hi. When they are stretching their hands, hi. Or better still, wear gloves. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonama, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, we are live on Pan African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV, super live on Black Empire TV. And remember, we are also on YouTube. Our channel is called the Black Empire Media. Please do us a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button. We are also on all other social media platforms. We are called the Black Empire Media. Come here. Do business with us. Our number is scrolling on the screen. Pick it up, call us, and do business with us. The more you do business with us, the more you encourage us to be on this track that is the right track. And remember, there's nothing personal here, no politics, patriotism, Pan-Africanism, rewiring the thinking of our people, the mindset. Next story. Burna Boy scores big over Beyonce for African music. Wow, this is Burna Boy. Burna Boy he has a certain kind of grace. He has a certain kind of light that has fallen on him. And everywhere he goes in the world right now, he's making Africa proud. He's made money. Put money aside, he's bringing value to African music, using what is called Afrobeat. He doesn't even call his music Afrobeat. He says it's Afrofusion. He has reggae in it, he has dancehall in it. He was an original dancehall artist. He was in Jamaica and brought Jamaica to a standstill. Recently, Bounty Killer, Jamaican dancehall god, came out to say that Afrobeat is having an edge over dancehall, all because Afrobeat depends much more on melody and groove than on lyrics. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And he asks, that are lyrics? No, man. Big up Bounty Killer wherever you find yourself. He's one of the gods of Jamaican dancehall. And he says he's happy for Africa. Now, Burna Boy, hey, as against Beyonce, the queen of pop, waiting they happen. You think say you day wise. Run, oh. Burna Boy beats Beyonce to sell out tickets for a stadium on same night. Hey, one night. Come here. Come. Report indicates that Nigerian singer Burna Boy has beaten American singer Beyonce to sell out his tickets for their tours in the Netherlands. It was said that both singers booked a stadium tour in the Netherlands on the same night. Some claim that Burna Boy's tickets sold out quickly because they were cheaper and affordable, whilst Beyonce's tickets are on the high side. Reacting to the news, some social media users said, Firstly, Beyonce already sold out twice of that stadium, and the said date is the one still on sale with twice the amount of Burna Boy's ticket. Dash it away. Now, the most interesting thing here, or the most important thing here, is not who Burna Boy sold tickets over, but the fact that, come here, the fact that Burna Boy is moving around the world and is selling out stadia. It doesn't matter how much money he charges. Today, there are some artists who tour and they open the gates for free, yet nobody comes. For him to charge how much he charged in Jamaica and people came, it's crazy. Burna Boy, congratulations. And congratulations to African music. Next story. Putin comes to Africa's rescue. This is Putin, the Russian president. Recently, the international court was asking to have him arrested, as we were told. And he said, well, anybody who comes to try to arrest me, I'll bomb them. This man is full of bombs. He doesn't joke with bombs. Russia. Hi! Putin has come to Africa. Look at the headlines. Putin writes off over 20 million US. Hey, did I say million? Did you hear me say million? Putin writes off over 20 billion American dollars worth of debts of African states. Roll the story. Roll the story. It says what? Russian President Vladimir Putin said Moscow has written off the debts of African states worth more than 20 billion. Speaking at an international parliamentary conference titled Russia, Africa in a multipolar world, Putin said the trade turnover between Russia and African countries is growing every year, reaching almost 18 billion in 2022. It is unlikely that such a figure can fully suit us, but we know that this is far from the limit. Dash it away. Listen, Putin has come to write off debts in Africa. Thank you, Putin. But if I were one of those African countries, I'll say, no thanks. It's good. I like your generosity, but it puts me in a position of vulnerability. When I owe, I don't ask people to write me off. No. It puts you in a vulnerable position. It makes you weak and silly. Unless something major happens. I like to be responsible and pay my debts. By writing off the debts, that has become the chorus of African nations almost every year. Oh, forgive us our debts. You are asking God to forgive you your trespasses. Then you go to other countries, forgive us our debts. What kind of a people are you always begging for forgiveness? Putin, thank you, but no thanks. Dash it away. Last thing, and we are done. This is going to take only 1 minute. Ghana National Dishonourable Awards. They had a national award, and creative people were not part of it. Musicians, entertainers, nobody. That tells you that this country has no respect for creative people. Yet they have a ministry of creative arts. A useless white elephant sitting there, so useless. No creative person in national honors. For the second time in President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's tenure, the creative industry was conspicuously missing in the national awards and honors. No honor or award went to any creative person. Yet, when their elections are coming, they are looking for musicians to compose songs for them. They awarded themselves, including the health minister who doesn't know his work. He will sit down, vaccines will get shot. He will go and get terrorists, people who are the terrorist list of the CIA and the FBI to supply us with Sputnik V. All those people were awarded. Yet creative people who sing and write music and write books and all that to sell the country out there permanently, they are out of it. Dash it away. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you and I love you. It's been the Blakk Pod. Do me a favor. Let's go on YouTube and click on our channel. It's called the Black Empire Media. Oh gosh, we love you. Our numbers are also on the screen. Pick that up and talk to us. We love you. And we have a new channel. It's called the African History Class. And the African is spelled AFREEKAN. And the class is KLASS. LASS. It's all history. Deep, deep, deep history. And documentaries originally from us. I love you. Hey! Wayo!